Welcome to The American Dream, a national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture. I'm your host, Craig Sewing, but I'm not just the host. I helped to create this show and this movement. It's a positive show, a real show, not some reality show, one that is meant to bring us all together in all walks of life, no matter what city, gender, race, economic class. This show is designed for you, and it's really by you. Today's special show is about 2020 and really where America opens up. When we reflect on 2020, many are going to say it was a bad year, a divisive year. There's an election and this thing called COVID. Our heart goes out to anyone who has suffered pain, loss, even death within your families. There's a lot of things that have happened, and our heart goes out to all of you. It's time to come together. The year is wrapped up, and we should all reflect at this time of year on the silver linings of what this year brought to us. Did it make you closer with your family? Did it help you build new relationships or deepen existing relationships? Maybe it taught you some new things. There were silver linings in this year, and our show, which is focused on positivity, is going to show some here to you today. We're going to show you what makes our areas great, our neighborhoods, our lifestyles, our culture, and yes, our real estate. We're going to do it through the lens of award-winning real estate professionals who are going to show you some real touching stories about how this year has affected them and how COVID has allowed all of us to open up a bit. We're going to start with my own very personal story where I had 2 kids this year with my wife, Randy. We were so scared. We lived in fear through this, but you know, we came through it and made our family stronger. I hope you had similar experiences, and I hope all of us can have a remember when of 2020. All of these great things emerged from some of the ashes of the negativity. Enjoy today's show of The American Dream. America opens up. You know, as a society, we're just so caught up. We're going a million miles an hour. We have a 24/7 news cycle. Sometimes you get disconnected from the things that are important. Going into this COVID thing and knowing that all of a sudden we're quarantined and I had to stay home, it goes against really my personality type, my DNA. It forced me to slow down. It forced me to stay at home, to be present. Taking the American dream all across the country into 52 cities, I visited all of those cities. I was on planes, living out of suitcases, hotels. Randy I met in our 3rd city of Denver, and the way that we dated was I would fly to these cities for the American dream, and she would fly there and meet me. Having fallen head over heels, proposed to her underneath the Eiffel Tower. We got married last year. When COVID came about, she was 8 months pregnant. We try and focus on the things we can control, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I was trying to put on a front for my wife to keep her calm. On the inside, I was fearful. The doctors and the nurses in the hospitals, they're absolutely incredible. How much they empathized with families that were going through this like we were. We gave birth to 2 beautiful little girls. That very next day, I'm sitting there and I'm holding one of our babies, Zane, and she looks up at me and I make eye contact with her and she hiccups. And I'm just like blown away by a hiccup. I have a little human in my hand that is taking this all in, and she doesn't know what COVID is. She doesn't know anything. She just is getting a grasp for life. Every day I get up and I ride my Peloton bike because I'm in a rush. I gotta hop on the bike, get back up, shower, out the front door. When this happened, all of us were forced to kind of go about things a little bit differently. During the quarantine, I found myself on my real bike more often. I found myself going to the beach more often. This whole experience has forced us to stop, to reflect, to find the silver linings. But now, it's time for action.
My wife found out she was pregnant a few months before the pandemic hit. You know, we were looking at baby names, we were looking to buy a bigger house. Everything was going really well. But at some level, things weren't going the way I really wanted them to. I'm one of those people that doesn't really have a governor. I quite literally don't know how to stop working. And it's sort of a problem sometimes. I wake up at 2 a.m. and I take notes on my phone. I fill up Google Docs with all these ideas. I read and reread every single email. I plan and replan and then plan again. Jessie's a really good mom. She's an incredible wife. She's an incredible partner. When we met, she knew me as a fun guy that was talkative and charming. I worked really hard on those pickup lines, and I was surprised when they actually worked on her. I think she saw through the cool guy game though, because it wasn't all goofy smiles and large stitched jeans and whatever was popular back then. Now she sees me in a completely different light. Right before the pandemic hit, I was stretched really thin. I would put ice cubes in napkins and hold them up to my eyes because every morning I would wake up tired. I was going through 5 or 6 glass bottles of cold brew coffee every single week. Honestly, it was crazy. I was accomplishing far more than I ever thought I would ever accomplish. But it was all going so fast. And even though my foot was the foot on the gas pedal, I didn't know how to slow down. Today, everything is different. You know, my son wants me to put him to sleep now. He loves it when we bird watch in my backyard. Hummingbirds are by far his favorite. He helped me remember what it's like to see something for the first time. It's weird how much I love him. It's almost sort of scary to be that vulnerable about something. My wife might be the best person alive, and for the past 3 months, I've reconnected with this beautiful, sincere, loving, hilarious woman that I fell in love with a decade ago. Even my dog and I are better friends now. We took a lot of naps during COVID. Work is changing. Some things will come back to normal, and I think some things in the world will never come back. But to me, that's okay. The pace of life for me has slowed down a lot. I was able to shed light on a lot of things that made me unhappy. I was able to focus on the things that mattered, and things that didn't matter, I just stopped doing. I can't deny that I'm still ambitious, but right now I've kind of made this decision that I'm no longer going to trade happiness for achievement. Now I'm just focused on my clients, my employees, my family. We found all these ways to do more and work less. You know, when you have to worry about your health every time you leave your house, it forces you to rethink what meetings you take, the people you associate with. And it also made me realize the people in my life I can't live without. There's a phenomenon when people have near-death experiences where they start rethinking everything. The fragility of life, their own human mortality becomes really obvious to them. I feel like the entire planet Earth went through a near-death experience these past few months. And I think everyone is trying to rethink what matters. And to me, that has been the gift. I love selling homes. I love the people I serve. I have the chance to run a business that provides for my family by sheltering other families. And that is a pretty special thing. Honestly, it's sort of poetic. After 20 years selling real estate and 3 months off, you would think that I was reluctant to get back to it. But honestly, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm ready to get back to work.
Hi guys, welcome to Lark Street. I'm Seth.
For me, 2020 really started off with a bang. I had just gotten back from my first trip to Rio. We had such a blast. 2020 was going to start off for me as kind of the perfect year, sort of the year that I had been waiting for. It's sort of a culmination of a lot of things that I was working on. I had been working on a TV show for CNBC. Business was doing great. And so I was really excited, just looking forward to 2020, thinking that basically the sky's the limit. Anything can happen. Well, 2020 starts, the show is really well received. We're the top new rated show on CNBC. Suddenly everything came to a stop. I was closing a bunch of deals, and I literally closed a series of 4 transactions back to back to back within a 2-week period. That last transaction I closed, the very next day, the lender that we used went under. Wait, what's going on? We weren't allowed to show homes. We weren't allowed to do open houses. We weren't allowed to connect with clients on a day-to-day basis in a way that I was used to. Things were not going to be the same.
Thank you for waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We've invited first class network back.
You know, I think when you're really busy, the idea of self-care and self-maintenance and self-growth sort of goes out the window. And when you're forced to stop, you got to figure out a way to go through that. During the pandemic, I really could just take a minute and go, you know what, Yaur? Breathe. Just relax. Just exhale. Don't feel like you have to be somewhere. Don't feel like you have to do something. Take this time and recharge. The old ways of doing business are gone. Just let it go. Be inspired by things around you. Figure out how you can navigate your new normal. Even on your worst day, you are blessed beyond belief. And so I really took that to heart, and I found that I needed to reconnect with myself, as simple as it sounds, and it was like I got back to basics. I wrote cards, you know, that art of like handwriting something and putting a stamp on an envelope that wasn't a marketing piece. Yeah, I did that. And as simple as that sounds, that was so therapeutic for me to connect with friends and family. One of the best things that came out of that period was a reconnection with my husband. We've been together for 11 years and married for 6. You know, he is always traveling for work. So I would say we spent more time together uninterrupted than we have in 11 years. It was the longest stretch we had been together without a trip, without packing a bag. To have dinners with my husband and sit down at the same time each night and eat together and drink a lot of wine. I almost felt like a second honeymoon in a way that lasted 3 months. With the pandemic and with him being home, I'm like, all right, I got a new real estate assistant. So he'll come out with me, he'll help me set up the house, I'll do a showing, and he'll take a walk on the beach. And he'll come up and we'll just sit there and just stare at the water and just hold hands and just stare and go, wow, how blessed is our life. During the pandemic, a commute that would normally take me an hour and 20 minutes took me 30 minutes. And I found that I was driving to Malibu, just enjoying every minute. And I was able to connect to it in a way that I just hadn't before, and to be appreciative of where I live and the community in which I work. And what it has given me is a recharge, the opportunity to go back to my business and be creative. I'm thinking out of the box. I'm being my old, normal, silly self. I'm connecting with people. It's not just about the numbers. It's not just about getting the deal done. I'm having fun. You know, when you work with me, you get all of me. No one is going to take better care of you. I'm firing on all cylinders. And I approach the world like I am ready for whatever it's going to offer me. And I can't tell you what joy and what freedom that brings to me as a person, what inspiration that gives me to bring to my clients and the community around me. I am a new and improved Yower, and I can't wait to show everybody.
I started skiing when I could walk. I was on skis at age 2. I went pro when I was 15. What I learned and know about business came from how I learned how to train as an athlete. I'd wake up at 5, do an early workout to get limber for the day, go to the mountains, ski for like 9 hours, not get tired ever. I was like the Energizer Bunny. I felt indestructible. About 4 years into my real estate career, I finally was feeling top of my game. I was working like I worked when I was an athlete. I would work 10, 12-hour days and not bat an eye. The sky was the limit. I was having huge success with clients. This is the job I want to do for the rest of my life. That same summer, I had a very strange series of health events pop up over that year that were minor, but enough that a red flag went off. So the doctors said there's no reason a 26-year-old like yourself should have all these health problems. And sure enough, I was diagnosed with Lyme disease. When I got that phone call, everything changed. The floor fell out from under me. Everything went from perfect to tough really quickly. I have to do human plasma transfusions right now once a week. I wear protective gloving to use my phone because electronics burn me. I got an understanding of what was going on in my own body, and I felt ready to start taking on agents under me and building my team so that I could give that mentorship to other agents. And then COVID hit. Navigating myself as an immune-compromised individual, I had these huge moments of just hopelessness and feeling really overwhelmed. After a couple weeks, it was time to get my head out of the weeds, and I had an incredible conversation with one of my mentors. That lit the fire to reassess how I can be a better leader, mentor, broker, friend. I realized that what I'd been viewing as a crisis that could destroy me personally was really just an opportunity for me to be there for people. I still am dealing with some intense health issues, but I realize everyone's going through their own set of hardships right now, and what people need is connection and relationship. Even just a little handwritten note can go so far. I have clients and friends that get on a weekly Zoom happy hour and say they haven't laughed that hard in months and needed it more than anything. I think there are so many amazing things that will come from the hardships that everyone is facing right now. And I hope that we can focus on the positives so that we can have a greater appreciation when we come out of this for the little things.
Before COVID, my life was a whirlwind. I found myself having the best year of my life, business-wise, but the worst year personally because I felt like I was spread thin. I realized, wow, I can't do it all alone anymore. Back in March, I really was feeling like things were starting to get better. I finally found help. I was super excited to have hired my first assistant. I was planning my daughter's 6th birthday. Everything was going well. I was happy my daughter was gonna have an epic birthday. And then I hit a refresh on my email. I got this email from my daughter's school letting me know they will not be reopening after spring break and that they will be sending us more information on the homeschool system. I freaked out. I was already spread thin before, and now I also had to become a full-time teacher. I became everything, and in such a short period of time with no time to adjust. Being a full-time teacher and a full-time realtor was one of the hardest things of my life. But although I kept doubting myself, I was able to witness my daughter learn how to read. It was such a beautiful thing to watch and to know that I was part of it. 2 years ago, my grandmother passed away, and my daughter, who was only 4 at the time, took it really, really bad. I didn't know if I should take her to a therapist. I didn't know if I should join a support group. A couple of people recommended a book called The Invisible String. It's a book to help children cope with loss, and we've been reading that book a lot. While we were on lockdown, we cooked a lot. I love traveling, and a lot of our travel plans got canceled, so a lot of times we would recreate that travel, but through food. We had a taco night on Cinco de Mayo. We would have an Italian night with the music and everything. We also love playing board games. I don't think I've played more board games in my entire life than I did these past 2 months. We love playing Uno, we love playing Jenga. Supporting local businesses has always been important to me, but during this pandemic, it's been even more important. My favorite cafe is Sucré Café. I have been supporting them from the moment they opened. I saw them expand and grow, and when I heard that everything was shut down and all restaurants were closed, it really broke my heart. I've had some really hard times in my life, especially at the beginning of my career, so I know what it's like to struggle. I want to be able to give back, and I want to teach my daughter that when you are fortunate and when you have the means, giving back is something that can be life-changing. I started an organization for my daughter called Eva Gives. Because I want to teach her to give back, I really want everything to come from her. We are fortunate not only to be healthy, but to be able to help other people, and especially other single moms. It has been so inspiring to watch the CEO of my company, Robert Refkin, just be there for all of the agents during the pandemic. He would send us videos every single day.
These sellers still need to sell, buyers still need to buy, and we are seeing
And
agents
we know
today.
that we work for a company who truly cares about their employees and their agents. I am so excited to get back to work. I love human interaction, and most importantly, I love showing my listings. I've never been more excited to meet with new customers, with new clients, and to show listings, and to show people why Miami is so amazing to live in. The pandemic was an adjustment. It was really difficult. But I have been blessed because I can spend more time with my daughter, and that is priceless.